Well, hello there and welcome back to my channel, or of course welcome to my channel if you're new. If you are new, then hello, lovely to meet you. My name is Alex, and if you are new here, make sure you stick around and subscribe. If you're not new here and you've been here for a while, then why not make sure that notification bell switched on just so you're notified of every single time that I upload. Now for today's video, I have a very exciting one because I am going to be reviewing P.Louise's new eyeshadow palette. Now, the shipping on this was not a nightmare, but it took about a week to come. I think because Royal Mail were like super delayed. I was so gutted. I really wanted to get this up for you last week, but because of the delays with Royal Mail and I didn't pay for express delivery, so it was like £6, I decided to just get normal standard free delivery, and it took about a week to come. So apologies for not getting this up last week like I originally planned to, but today is finally the day that we are going to be reviewing this palette. So this is P.Louise's most recent launch. This is the Read All About It nude eyeshadow palette. It retails for £41, but I actually got it a little bit cheaper because I'm part of their like Facebook group, and she gave us a like 10% off link. So I think I ended up paying like £38 for this palette, and let me tell you, does this palette feel super high-end and good quality. Like, it's pretty heavy, it's massive, it's thick, it just feels really good, and I think for £38 that I paid for it, like, that is just an amazing price. I know I haven't even tested the eyeshadows yet, but just for the packaging perspective and how it feels, it just feels so high-end and luxurious. And this, I only paid £38 for this, so yeah, I am super happy with the packaging. I know a lot of people are not going to like this packaging because, let's be real, it's super different. It's all about Paige's journey into becoming a CEO. She tells you her story about how she got to where she is now. She talks about haters online and cyberbullying and stuff, and it's just really, really inspiring. Like, I literally just spent like 15 minutes before filming this, like, reading literally every bit of text in this palette. Like, I'll show you it now. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's set out like obviously a newspaper, and then you have some bits on the back as well. But what's good about this palette is that everything is on the actual palette, so the packaging on the box isn't just there, it's literally on the palette exactly the same as well. And yeah, it's just set out like a newspaper article all about her being like cancelled and like her scandals and stuff. And when you open it, you are actually greeted with this. And what this is basically Paige talking about what I just explained. She speaks about her story, she speaks about how she's had like haters and stuff, and how she got to where she is, and the fact that yes, she puts all of her stuff online, but people don't know what goes on behind closed doors, because obviously you can get a lot of nasty people on the internet, and just because someone has a lot of money and someone is putting their life on the internet, it doesn't give people a right to then sit there and comment and make not just comment, but like make nasty comments in general. Like, I personally don't know how those people sleep at night, because I could never do something like that. I know maybe this isn't someone's cup of tea, but as I said earlier, she's put so much effort into this packaging, and I just think it's so inspiring, and it's a lot about helping people who have had personal struggles as well, and letting people know that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and just because things are bad now doesn't mean things are going to be bad forever. It's just a temporary thing kind of thing. So yeah, the packaging is amazing on this palette, and I love how she's done something super different, and that's why I love P.Louise, because she doesn't just like put shades in a palette and sells it. She actually puts so much effort into her packaging, and it is really inspiring, and she is one of the people that inspires me on a daily basis. So I really appreciate this packaging, and I feel like it will help a lot of people and stuff. So yeah, it may not be everyone's cup of tea, but I absolutely love it. This is what the palette looks like. So it is a nude neutral eyeshadow palette. I know this is not something different. Obviously every brand has a nude palette. Paige hasn't really done a nude eyeshadow palette before. It's always been like pinky or warm toned, or her last palette was like blue and green. She's never actually done a nude eyeshadow palette, so I'm very excited to try this. And just quickly, there is a little mirror in here, but I was testing it earlier, and it's one of those like distorted mirrors. It's not like a proper mirror, but if you read underneath it, I don't think it's actually meant to be used as a mirror for the palette. So it says, take a look in the mirror. If your words were to reflect the person you see and you were judged solely on what you've written online, would you be a beautiful person? So it's more about the story behind the mirror rather than actually being a mirror to use for your makeup. I love the packaging. I think it's I just think, as I said a million times, it's really inspiring. It helps people understand that you are not alone if you get cyberbullied or if people hate on you or judge you, and it just basically tells you to just keep going. Like, no matter what your struggles are, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Whenever you have down days, just know that you are not alone. So yeah, this is the Nude eyeshadow palette, and I know I've been speaking for a very long time and you want me to just get started with this, so I am gonna now swatch the entire palette. So let's get started. This is the first row, and is this not like a beautiful palette on its own? And then we still have like 3 more rows to do, but yeah, this is the first row. The mattes felt really nice and pigmented. The shimmer shade in here is really foily, so loving it so far. This is the second row. Finally, we have like an icy shimmer to put in our inner corner and brow bone. She didn't have this in her Weldy palette, and she didn't have like many shimmer options, but I'm loving the one in this palette. And I love the fact that she's got loads of different undertones and different like oranges, purples, browns, nudes. Like, it is super beautiful. This is the third row, and again some different undertones of nudes, and then you have a couple of brights in here. That mustard shade is stunning, and then you have that like green duochrome at the end. Like, look how beautiful that is. I am loving this palette. Finally, we are on to the last row, and this is such a beautiful row. Like, look how pigmented that black is, and I like that she has a white and a black in here, because I feel like you couldn't have a nude palette without them. And this is just so beautiful. I love the swatches. That was so cringe, Alex. Never, ever do that again. So I might as well just show you this as I'm doing it. So I've actually got a P.Louise brush. That is the 7072. What a treat, my brush. And of course I'm obviously using the P.Louise base in Room 01, and I'm just using that brush to push the product into my lid. I don't know why I'm talking to you as if I'm an expert and as if I'm a makeup artist, because I am most definitely not. So I think I'm going to start off with Ranting, which is quite a cool toned dark brown, and I'm taking it on a Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH40 brush, which is quite like a small tipped brush. And I should probably zoom in a little bit. There we go. And then I'm gonna just start by placing this on my outer corner like this, and I'm not going to take it too high up because I obviously want to be able to blend this out. Okay, next we're going to go in with a bit of a warm brown. This is the shade Leaked. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit of that, not too much, and I'm just going to start blending at the top of where I put this dark brown, so we kind of start to get that little gradient effect. But what I'm going to do with this shade is I'm just going to start bringing it towards the front of my lid, like so. To blend out this bit of the crease, I'm going to take this shade here, which is called Censored, and I'm taking it on this super small fluffy brush by Morphe. This is the M562. I absolutely love this brush, and I'm just gonna start buffing out the edges. What I'm also going to do is add a bit of warmth to the crease, I think. So I'm going to take this beautiful Mustard, which is called Repul. I have to use it. It's one of the first shades I saw when I opened this palette. I'm not going to take too much. Just want to use it to bring a little bit of warmth to my crease. And I'm going to take this shade here, which is called Filter. I don't know why I was saying it with my teeth. Filter. It's a very, very light nude. Just on that same fluffy brush. And again, blending out the top edges. I've also not had any fallout so far, which is nice. I'm just going to take a clean fluffy blending brush. This is the BH Cosmetics V5, and I'm just gonna buff out the edges slightly where there's a little bit of harshness. I'm gonna use this. This is one of the best cut crease products ever. This is the P.Louise Mama Mitchell Blank Canvas Paint. I do normally just use my Revolution one because, to be honest, the base is quite good for cut creases anyway, but if I want to do like a proper creative look, I'm always going for this one. So yeah, I'm going to use this. I'm going to go do this off of camera and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so these are my half cut creases. I feel like that gives you so much more control than the Revolution base. That's all I will say is a huge difference between the two. This is a lot thicker, and because it is thicker, it gives you a lot more control to make such a precise line. Okay, it's shimmer time. I cannot wait. So we are going to put one of these delicious shimmers on, and I think I know which one I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick this one here, which is called Misleading, and we're going to put that all over our cut crease. Okay, and this is what the shade Misleading looks like, and I'm completely in love with it. Like, you don't need to wet these shimmers whatsoever. They just go on super nicely. They're really nice and buildable. There was a lot of fallout with it though, that's what I will say, so just be a bit wary of that if you're going to use this palette, but I'm in love with the shade. So to blend out the gold, I think I'm going to take this brown shimmer down here, which is called Disclosure. And yeah, I'm just going to use that to blend out this edge. And I'm just going to go in with that first brush I used. And I think I'm going to take Problematic, which is this one. And I'm just going to use that, just to use another shade, I guess. Just going to use that to blend out that outer corner and kind of just like blend this up a little bit so there's a little bit more depth, I guess. Don't worry, I will blend that out. Oh, hello, focus, thank you. We're gonna go back in with this soap. We're gonna go back in with this brush and a little bit more of, oh no, let's take a new shade. We'll take News Flash, this one here. Bit more of a lighter warm brown, and we're gonna start buffing. For my lower lash line, I'm going to take this shade here, which is called Recognition. God, this palette is so heavy. I absolutely love that shade. I feel like it really finishes the look off. And now we're on to the last step, which is the inner corner and brow bone, and you guys know exactly what shade I'm going to choose. So we're gonna take Exclusive here, which is the Bright Icy Shimmer in the palette. Right, so now I have completed the eye look. I'm really happy with this. It's actually one of the best glam looks I've done in a while. I really love it. So I'm actually going to now hop off camera, do my lashes, mascara and lips, and then we'll come back and I can share with you my final thoughts. Right, so I'm back and this is my completed look. So for my lashes, I always use the same ones, don't I? I need to get some more lashes out of my collection, but these are the Pound lashes in the style Dream. My mascara is another bougie one. This is the Benefit Bad Gal Bang mascara. Absolutely love this. And for my lips is another bougie one. I feel like such a bougie bitch recently. I've bought so much high-end makeup. It's actually a Charlotte Tilbury lip combo. Why have I never tried this before? Incredible. The lip shade is me. Like, this is a me nude. I literally love it so much. So yeah, this is the combo that I've got on, and this is the completed look. So please let me know down below what you think of it down below. I know, again, this is just like a nude eyeshadow look, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm in love with this palette. Like, I absolutely love the look that I created, and I think the palette is incredible. If you are a makeup artist, you need this palette in your life. It has so many like neutral and nude eyeshadows in here that if you are a makeup artist, you could honestly use this palette with so many different people. Like, I absolutely love the fact that she has so many different undertones in this palette, and that this is only £43. Yes, I did say £41 earlier, but it's actually 43. And for £43 you get amazing packaging, which is not only like really nice to read and really inspirational, but it's very personal, and I feel like it will help a lot of people realise that there is light at the end of the tunnel and to just keep going. So not only is the palette incredible, but the packaging is everything as well. I personally love it. I know it might not be everyone's taste. Of course, everyone has their own opinions, but to me, I love P.Louise. The quality of this palette is unreal. I'm in love. This is like a really typical glam look that I would do if I was going out. So this is a palette that I would reach for. And yeah, not only is the palette incredible quality, but the actual packaging itself feels really luxurious. It feels nice and heavy, and it really helps you and boosts your motivation and stuff. So yeah, this is just everything, and I'm so happy with it. Yes, it is a little bit expensive, but for what you get, for how many shades you get, for, you know, the amount of effort that P.Louise have put into the packaging and stuff, I totally think that it's worth it, 110%. And yeah, I just feel like makeup artists in particular will benefit from having a palette like this in their like kit. For someone like me who's just like the everyday consumer who just buys makeup because they love it, this is a nude palette, so you know, it's not, again, I say it's a lot, but it's not revolutionary. Like, it's not anything unique or different. What makes it unique is the packaging and the personal, you know, like story and stuff on the packaging, and yeah, all that, it makes it unique, which I think is why I love it even more. Like, I think I would have loved it even if the packaging was just plain, but because of the amount of effort, and I can really appreciate that, it just makes it even more worth it for me. So yeah, even though it is a neutral palette, I still would recommend it because the palette quality is amazing. The matte shades were super pigmented. They blended well, extremely well with each other, and I just think it was so easy to create this look. Like, I feel like I didn't have to put in so much effort to create a glam look. Like, the palette just makes it so easy. There was a little bit of kick up in the pans, and I had fallout from the shimmers, but to be honest, that was about it really. I don't really have any other faults. I love the fact that she has white in here, a black in here, all variations of nudes and neutrals. You even have pops of purple and orange, and I'm in love with the colour story. I think it's a really, really good one, and she really thought it through. I love the story behind the eyeshadow palette. Like, everything about this I'm just so in love with. That's pretty much my roundup thoughts and opinions on the new P.Louise Read All About It nude eyeshadow palette. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please let me know by smashing the thumbs up button. You need to let me know down below your opinions on this palette, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of opinions, especially about the packaging, especially about the fact that it's just a nude palette. Like, I need to know your thoughts and opinions, so just let me know down below. And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.